Hey everybody, can you hear us?
Okay.
Maybe we got everything up and going like we should. Gosh, we got a room full of people already.
Yeah.
Rusty, Beth, Marie, Do-It-Yourself Solar and Wind, Nancy, Sharon, Maine, Tracy, Christy, Trevor, Fly, Firefly Moon Pie,
That's a mouthful.
Reuben, Mr. and Mrs. King. Hello. Okay, can you guys hear it? Yeah. SG said she could hear us. Okay. Andy, hey, how are you doing? Mark, all
Mark.
things good. Lois Ann, Julie, Roxanne, Kimberly. We got a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of our normals. There's
Marshall
Marshall Farm.
Farms.
Hello, Deep South, he said.
We're looking forward to seeing them this
Yep.
week.
They're supposed to be coming by this week.
Y'all are making me hungry. Look.
Yeah, this is our hay. We've been busting it today.
Why are y'all early?
Oh, are we?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I was
okay,
playing.
April.
I was playing with the system.
We're always 10 minutes early every week. It's just that we figured out what we're doing a little bit better now, so we're...
Or either we're going to be 10 minutes late.
We're either going to be 10 minutes early or we're going to be 10 minutes late.
We just managed to figure it out right quick, and it worked this time.
What are we snacking on? Well, this is... I forgot to eat my cheese with my lunch, so I'm eating cheese.
Marshall Farm says 12 minutes.
Oh.
They're going to be picky.
Excuse me. Okay. I got some homemade crackers that Wanda made me out of almond flour and rosemary. I have those.
And I was eating pretzels.
Got my thing of water.
But the pretzels are kind of crunchy, and I told him it's kind of rude, so I'm trying not to eat anything. Trying to be good.
Trevor says, when do y'all do this? We do it like every Saturday night this time.
I don't know what he's talking
about. I don't know what you're talking about, really. I thought maybe something about the live stream. We do it every night. We saw your comment a while ago, and we did answer it.
Which one?
About the smokehouse.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt to have the posts in the corner of the smokehouse, Trevor. We have them in the corner of ours, and it ain't killed us yet. We're still here.
Yeah, all things good. We are having some cool weather, so...
Not today. It was 80 degrees today. It was blistering hot. Don't even be telling these people it's cool weather.
No comment.
Okay, it might be coming.
What are we doing when it gets cool, if it ever does?
If it ever gets cold, we're going to make sugarcane syrup.
Possibly?
Possibly Monday. They're saying we're going to get down to 34 degrees, and we'll just have... Honestly, I don't believe it, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So Nancy's eating peppermint bark. Wonder if that's like oak bark. I'm just joking.
Probably like almond bark.
It is. It's candy.
April says, been craving pineapple leathers all day. Well, I tell you what.
I bet she saw my pineapple.
She probably watched your pineapple video on Daisy Craze. And,
Crazy days.
And it just, probably done it. Now, Beth said, it's cold here right now. Well, we're just waiting, hoping, because today was 80 degrees, hot, miserable. I mean, just...
Marshall Farm says wait till Tuesday. He wants to help. Well, let's put it this way. There's enough sugar cane to probably for us to do syrup for a solid week.
Yeah,
we're going to probably be doing some Tuesday.
We started off, I told her, I says, we're only going to do 100 stalks because that'll make a gallon of syrup in my cooker. You know, because my neighbor's going to cut his and he wants to help out. So we was like, okay, we're going to do this. And I marked 100 stalks off over there. Man, you can't even tell I marked any sugar cane. There must be thousands of them stalks over there.
Yeah, and we're so far behind. I've got a video.
Do I know Mr. Timmy Garrison?
Do you?
The one that had the sawmill?
I think so. I think he asked that in a comment.
Yeah, I know the one that had the sawmill. Yeah.
We've got so many videos still. We thought we were about caught up last week, but we've still got the cheese-making video.
We got a cheese-making video coming up.
Hopefully.
We got another RV video coming up.
Yeah, another RV.
What was the one you was telling me about a while ago you had? We got a syrup-making video coming up.
Well, we got topping cane and
cutting cane.
Then we'll have
A syrup making.
Syrup making, and that goes all week. What else did we? I don't remember. We're getting. We have. I
saw Jennifer said she wanted some greens for Thanksgiving. We don't.
Y'all guess what I just got?
Wanda just went to our food plot over at the woods and picked a few that the deer has left.
Yeah, I had to fight with the deer, but we had planted how many? Like 2 or 3 different kinds of greens.
We planted 2 or 3 different kinds of greens, but it turned off
hot.
Hot,
and they haven't done a whole lot. Nothing. And so I went over there and picked what I could. The deer have been all in them, but it doesn't look like they've eaten very many. It doesn't look like they're eating the peas. They're just stomping around them.
Yeah.
Kathleen said my pineapple video was great. Would love to grow a pineapple, but lives in Washington State. Yeah, that might be a little difficult unless you got
a
greenhouse or
indoors. Depends on what part of Washington State, because their weather's not much different than ours. It just rains all the time.
That's true. That you might could grow it indoors, because a lot of people do grow.
Yeah, I mean we keep these all winter inside.
Well, yeah, we do. So.
What are we fixing? Beth says, what are we fixing for Thanksgiving? Well, we bought a turkey. We got turkeys. We was going to butcher one of our own, but they just didn't get big enough fast enough.
We're saving ours.
We're saving ours.
So we did buy a turkey. I don't know. I want to make some dressing, and I'm probably going to make a few dumplings.
Yeah, green beans, sweet potatoes. We have sweet potatoes. Hey, we just might, now don't hold me to this, but we just might have a Cherokee tan pumpkin.
Yes, we are going to have one, because I'm having a fit.
She's about to have a fit on me over here. She gets over here, and I go by in the living room every day, in the dining room, and looking there, she's looking at them pumpkins. I guess, get your eyes off my pumpkins.
I want to eat
messing with my pumpkins.
We've got something flying right there. Okay, you got it.
All right, that's like a
What's the best way to save green seeds when you have multiple varieties growing in the garden?
They won't do no good because they're cross-pollinated.
Yeah, if they're too close together.
If they're too close together, they cross-pollinated.
Now, if you've got them further apart, you could, what'd you do? You waited till they...
You wait till they dry, and then you put them in a...
paper bag.
And I'll do them out over a screen thing that I have built. Okay, well, let's see. Where are we at?
Ed is asking to pray for his dad, William. He had a stroke, yesterday.
Okay, put him on the list.
Ed's dad. Now, that's what I'm writing, Ed's dad. I won't remember the rest right now, but...
okay.
Says, what is that? I'm not sure what.
Karina, is that what? Karina O'Neill? Yeah. Hey, Karina.
Yeah. So we've got videos coming up next week. We've
got a lot of videos coming up. We're in the Thanksgiving. We're trying to get stuff done before Thanksgiving, because this is a time of the year when we cook syrup. I mean, Thanksgiving is usually the only time in the fall. It's the first time, let me put it that way, in the fall, when it usually gets cool enough that we can actually cook syrup without the yellow jackets and stuff like that just taking us over.
You didn't miss anything, Angie. Nancy, we will have the tan pumpkin seeds for sale.
If they pollinated.
If they pollinated. That's what we're waiting on. We were making sure everything, the pumpkin...
We wanted the pumpkin to be really completely mature. Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, man. Gosh. Boys, it's been a long time since early this morning.
All right, Trevor wants to know what church we go to.
Maranatha Baptist Church, Old Highway 26. Are you going to be doing it all day? Because I don't know if I can do
6 a.m. Danny's not going to do 6 a.m. either.
No, I'm not going to do 6 a.m. either.
He's decided it's not daylight at 6.
It ain't daylight at 6 here. Jennifer knows me. I used to build a fire out there and have ice on the ground.
Well, I told her it might be 6 o'clock. Why? Because I didn't know what time you were starting.
No. We'll wait till a little bit up in the morning, because we're not cooking the huge batches, Jennifer, like we used to do. We're just going to cook off a couple of gallons at a time and see, we'll probably do some the next day and some the next day. Depends on how the weather holds up.
I see Kenny is asking, do we have a video on sharpening tools like Yes, the first homestead box we got, Danny sharpened an axe. It's called, I think the video is called Sharpening an Axe.
We got one called Sharpening a Dutch Hoe.
Yeah, and then you have one where you sharpen the hoe that Amy sent you.
Oh yeah, the Scoble hoe.
Yes. So I think he has 3 on sharpening things.
Nancy said her class is having fun from growing seeds. That's always encouraging to see young people get started off right in life and actually know what it's like, where their food comes from. I mean, that's the whole idea of it. Okay, have y'all done a video on raising and butchering rabbits?
I do videos.
We do videos. We butchered 3 rabbits today. The problem is, people look at rabbits like they've got a soul and they belong to God or something or other. I don't know. If we butcher rabbits, we get such hateful stuff. We get hateful stuff all the time if we butcher anything. And even Wanda's videos about putting up rabbits, using rabbits during the homesteading time, during the Great Depression and all that.
My cooking videos.
Her cooking videos. People was so cruel and so hateful, man. They put up such bad stuff.
They don't like that you eat rabbit.
They don't like that you eat it. I mean, because they look at them as fluffy little pets like a cat or a dog, I reckon. I don't know. But
so I just don't put anything to do with butchering. We mention it, and it happens here. It happened today.
It happened today.
We cook with it. That's one of our mainstays. That's how we keep our food bill down, even though I have to buy some feed. But it's easier on us. It's better than chicken that we get in town. And quite frankly, rabbits are very easy upkeep compared to chickens or anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we,
Beth is right. God gave us dominion over the animals of the earth, and that is exactly right.
But it's turned into people are worshiping the animal.
Well, the Bible says in the last days they'll worship the creature more than the creator. And that's what's happening.
Yeah. Do we cook wild rabbits? We don't have to because we have the tame ones, but yeah, we could.
Jennifer says, I have my granddaughters this weekend and they want to see the animals.
Goddaughters.
Goddaughter. Oh, I thought you said granddaughter.
I was fixing to say she ain't got no granddaughters.
I was fixing to say she don't have any granddaughters.
Hey, Miss B.
Do you cook wild rabbit any different than the ones you use?
If I was going to do a wild rabbit,
it'd be the same.
I would cook it the same, but I throw mine in the crock pot 90% of the time. Yeah. So whatever you throw in a crock pot, if you cook it long enough, it's tender.
Yeah.
So.
Wild rabbits have no fat on them. That's one thing. Our rabbits are loaded with fat.
Yeah, Azaline said.
Don't people realize that meat in the stores has to be pushed
No, they think it was packaged that way.
They think that there was no animals harmed in the making of that.
Yes, it's just packaged that way, I don't know where they
Miranda says, how long does it take to raise one from birth to butcher? 14 weeks.
12 to 14.
12. Yeah, I was going to say 12. 12 is better. 14's max. Don't go over 14.
Tim Beverly said the fire's out. He sent me a message earlier, and it said, she is amazing. And it was pointing straight at Tim's picture. And I asked him, I said, so you're amazing, and are you a she? And he started laughing because he didn't see how it was doing when he sent that message. It's kind of funny.
Ruby Farm said this, people think cows and chickens are born dead. Evidently, I'm going to tell you what, people think that chicken nuggets from McDonald's, I don't know where they think they come from. They didn't come from a chicken, though. There wasn't no chicken harmed in the making of those things.
All right, Kenny wants to know, how warm is it in early April that he and his lady intended to spend a couple of days in Mississippi antiquing for a few things before heading to New Orleans? Well, let us know when you head down this way.
It depends.
April can be
cool,
beautiful,
or it can be scorching hot.
Yeah, it can be either way.
Either way, it just depends on how.
Just like November.
Yeah.
Or October. Even in October, I know Brenda and Paul were planning. No, November, the 1st of November, when we had our. No, it was October. Yeah, when we had our gathering, Brenda and Paul were going to come down because Mississippi usually has some really nice weather. They were going to sleep in their tent or their truck or something. And she decided the week before the gathering that it was fixing to get down to about 40 degrees. So she had to make hotel reservations. So you don't ever know.
Okay. April had a comment that went by that said she'd made some kind of beef stew, and Sam said it tastes like horse or something. I said because he'd eaten horse or something. I just caught a glimpse of it as it went by.
That's not right.
Beth said she knew a lady that thinks meat is made at Walmart. We know people that think the same thing. And chickenless McNuggets, McChickenless nuggets. Let me put it that way. Yes, because they probably don't have any chicken in them at all. Probably got something else. I love my rabbits on a plate with biscuits and gravy. Sounds good. March is probably a better month. Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Grizz. Danny.
Grizz, I watched your video today, man. I commented on it too. Nice job. Really nice job. That's the techniques that I used to use when we used commercial forms, these big, huge plywood forms and stuff. When we were building these, pouring big, deep concrete footings and stuff like that, we use that type of a system.
Yeah, Grizz is the only person I know that can sit inside near a fire while it's raining and cold outside and build a foundation. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Grizz is smarter than people think he is.
I know he is.
I could tell by the way he was talking on that program he was talking about there.
I could tell just the fact that he had the program up.
Yeah.
You know, I would be totally lost with the program.
Trevor says you can turn the super chat on and get donations to help you with your channel going on. You can pay on here. We had our super chat up, but YouTube gets 30% of anything that people give on our super chats.
So we turned it off.
So we turned it off. We'd rather people just send it through PayPal or something like that, friends and family.
Or just
order something from the Etsy store or anything like that.
Go to our Amazon link, things like that.
Rather than all their money just going over to YouTube.
Yeah, and the deal is we were going to talk about this. The T-shirts. I have my T-shirt on.
She has her T-shirt on.
We're going to shut down the T-shirt site January 1st. So if you guys want a T-shirt, you'll have to go to the site. It's in the links of all our videos and order T-shirts because we're fixing to shut it down. It's getting too much for me to keep up with every avenue all over the place. So we're mainly going to deal with our Etsy store for the most part. And so the T-shirts will go away as of January 1st. What else? We'll still have our Amazon.
We're still going to have our Amazon, Hall's affiliates.
Betty's Box of Blessings. Those type things that we're affiliates with, we will stay with that. And we may do another affiliate or two. But for the most part, the Amazon link and our Etsy store is going to be it. Yeah. Because it just gets to be too much.
The T-shirts, we've had the T-shirts up for almost a year. We ain't even made $100 off the T-shirts. So it's just not worth it for us. And plus the guy's in Tennessee and we don't have good communications with him or anything like that. So
it's just one of those deals, you know. If you want a T-shirt, we may at some other time try to find somebody local
to make T-shirts.
It's just too expensive for us to buy the shirts and then resell.
Yeah.
And this little store has not been working well for us.
It's not worked out good for us.
Hey, Sheila, she made it.
Yeah, Sheila's. I seen her when she came in a while ago.
Sinclair made it. I see him.
I seen him that he retracted his comment.
What did he say?
I don't know. He took it down before I could read it. What's the weather there? Sammy Joe said. Here in my neck of the woods, here in Canada, it's hot here. It's like 80 degrees. It's cooling off right now.
I'm probably fixing to open the door
because we got some weather fixing to come through here in the next few minutes. We're hoping with this new internet system it don't knock us offline. So if we actually get knocked offline, it's because of the weather and the satellite system we're using now. So
yeah, but so far this satellite system has worked really well. We've been really proud of it, and it has done really well when we have weather. I think one time in the last 3 weeks that we've had it went off for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and that's been it. And that was during the heaviest part of a rainstorm. So when it's just cloudy, it hasn't went off at all.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yet. Rusty says raining in Purvis, so it'll get here.
Okay, it'll get here then. We was hoping it would hold off long enough for us to get through our live, but they said about 8:30 it's supposed to be moving in here. So Sheila said we had a rough storm up here, torrential rain and high winds. I hope we don't have that. I don't think we will. Marshall Farm said it's starting to sprinkle there now in Picayune.
Yeah, so we'll get it shortly. We wanted to talk about a few things. Let's see, where do we want to start? On Crazy Days.
Yeah.
That is my channel that I have up. I don't know how many of you know much, but some of you do because you done mentioned the pineapple. And things that we don't get on Deep South, I put over on Crazy Days. A lot of people went to Patreon and all this kind of stuff, but we did not go to Patreon. We didn't want to charge you for the extra junk, you know. And so a lot of the videos get thrown over on Crazy Days. Plus, I do little crazy things when I feel like it. And so you don't get charged for it. You can just go over there and watch Crazy Days. This week, I was part of the Frugal. Everybody has trouble with that. Frugal Family Food, and it's Amanda's fault for doing it because she likes triple.
She likes a triple F thing
or triple letter thing, and so I made cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, and they have a Facebook Frugal Family Food thing going on, and every day she was giving away things, and I know it's a little late. I should have mentioned it last week, but it's been pretty good with the people going over and watching mine, and I've watched several of the others. They have a lot of good ideas. It's a whole week long. Every day I think they had 5 different channels up with something for the Thanksgiving week. So if you guys are interested in foods and cheap ways to make food, check out the Frugal Family Food. I also did potato salad this week, and I did it from a jar of our potatoes because not many people know how to make potato salad or anything else from a jar of potatoes. They only know how to make it from fresh stuff. And Danny liked it. We'd been eating on it all week. Finally finished it up yesterday. It was really good. And
Mama Tried Homestead said, I'm thrilled y'all having left us for Patreon. I learned so much from y'all's videos. We are not going over to Patreon.
Yeah. We just, not even going there.
I'm not even going there. I don't even
it
doesn't even thrill me to go to Patreon. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm not paying anybody, and I don't expect people to pay us, you know.
Marshall Farm said they got their Excalibur dehydrator, and they love it.
Yes.
We love ours. We're going to try to make some jerky with ours.
Yeah, Danny's interested in the jerky.
Yeah. Beth said she loved the one on potato salad. I guess that's on Crazy Days.
Yeah, it was on Crazy Days.
Mary said, you guys look well.
And said,
wow.
Cassandra said she liked the Great Depression cooking videos. I'm going to continue with some of that, but, I found out a lot of the Great Depression cooking, what people are calling Great Depression cooking is not really Great Depression cooking. That's more or less before the Great Depression cooking, back country cooking. You might even say Appalachian mountain cooking or way deep south cooking, things like that.
Hey, Jen.
The average person was cooking in the 20s and 30s, was buying canned meat, hot dogs, canned vegetables, the canned...
Well, let's back up. The Great Depression
didn't happen to
was not called the Great Depression when it happened.
No, it was just a recession.
I can't talk about it much because I got a video coming up about this.
That's it. Forget it. Let me go on with mine.
Yeah, I got a video coming up. We just got to wait.
Y'all will just be here all night long.
We'll be here all night long.
Yeah. So during the time of the Great Depression, they didn't know it was a Great Depression. They just knew they were having a hard time. They knew people were out of jobs. They knew all this was going on. But canned foods had started. Grocery stores actually started. And all this. And people were buying junk food. Y'all, they were eating Twinkies and popcorn in the theaters started. There was all this craziness. And I was up at 10 or 11 o'clock last night reading, and they were actually partying more in the 20s until the Depression
Yeah,
hit.
the Roaring 20s. That's why they were called the Roaring 20s, because everybody was partying.
They were having a good time.
Actually, drugs and stuff like that was running rampant in this country in the 20s. And most people don't ever talk about that. They think that we got drugs bad now. Drugs was worse then than they are now.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I really like to go deep into that. So I'm going to have to probably change. It was Great Depression cooking because people on the farms and the people that didn't have much did cook the way I'm trying to cook.
Hey, Mike and Jenny.
But quite a few of them were making hot dog salads or something. I mean, they put hot dogs in everything. From what I've seen, they could chop up a hot dog and add something to it and call it a salad. So,
Beth is saying, how could they afford that kind of food during the Great Depression? Actually,
it was cheaper than
It was cheaper than buying regular meat. And people in the cities really did not suffer as badly as people in the country did.
Yeah, the hot dogs, you could buy a pack of hot dogs for little or nothing, and they could make that go a long ways. If you think about it, a can of Spam would feed a family because it was a lot bigger than the can of Spam you get now. I mean, it was probably twice the size, and it probably didn't cost you 10 cents, you know.
Eyes of my heart said large sandwich. Anyone? My mama talked to me about... My mama lived on large sandwiches when she was a kid. As a matter of fact, she was at high school one time because she was in physical education PE class. And one day during one of their workouts, she passed out, and they called the doctor and everything and just tried to figure out what was wrong with her. And the doctor come to find out she was just malnourished because all they had at home to eat was lard toast.
Yeah.
And that's what they called it, lard sandwiches, lard toast, because food was just, you know, they didn't have enough money to buy anything like that.
Yeah, and the deal during the Great Depression mainly was to stretch whatever you had. And in the cities, some of them had money, but not a lot. Like the one thing I saw, the men that had jobs went from whatever they made 100% down to 40% of their pay.
Yeah. So
they had money, they just had to watch how they spent it then. And then the ones that were laid off were going through soup lines and these soup kitchens and all this stuff to get food for their family. So the ones in the country had it made a little easier because they didn't really notice the change as bad.
Yeah.
You know, so that would...
the people in the city had food just as available to them because during that particular time, is when commodities and stuff like that came into being, and they had food lines in the cities. They could go and get commodities and stuff like that to help out with what they were doing. And a lot of people during that time raised rabbits in the cities and stuff like that, chickens and things like that. And literally, a lot of the men in the cities still had some type of a job that they went to. Mm-hmm. Most of the cities was covered up with people from the country coming into the cities trying to get work.
Yeah, because
the government had shut down so many of the farms and tried to subsidize them and told them to quit growing food because they had too much food. It was too cheap of a price.
Yeah, the food. Actually, the thing was, a lot of the food was cheap, very, very cheap. It's just that they didn't have enough money to buy the amounts. Even one thing talked about how the parents would take turns eating. They would one parent would eat on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The other parent would eat on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
And they would both eat on Sunday in order to feed the kids. And, you know, I never thought about things like that to stretch your budget. You know, if things do get tough and you can handle it, you can fast a day.
You was only given so many stamps. They called them stamps. You could get food stamps, and you was only allowed one bag of flour per person in the family, one bag of sugar per person in the family. My dad talked about you got stamps for shoes because during the war, the rubber and the leather was needed for war times and stuff like that, so you was only allowed so many pairs of shoes. You couldn't just go to a store and just buy what you wanted. You had to go there and buy what you was allowed to buy or what you had stamps for. You weren't permitted to buy. If you wanted 2 or 3 bags of sugar, you couldn't buy 2 or 3 bags of sugar. You could only buy what the stamps permitted you to buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So That's been a very interesting study.
It's been extremely interesting. And I've got a video coming up talking about what does a modern depression look like versus the old depression.
Yeah, so y'all be looking. That's kind of where I was going last night with my study. There's so many similarities.
Yeah, y'all keep your eyes open. That video's coming up here.
Okay, we want to tell them our news. We've set a date.
We have set a date, y'all. We're not getting married.
We set a date.
Oh, we have set a date.
I see Don is asking about your family tree. Yes, I researched his family tree extensively, and it is very, very interesting.
My tree is very interesting. It don't have very many forks in it, but it's interesting.
It does.
It does.
It goes all over the place.
Matter of fact, mine goes everywhere. I've got 2 different types of Indian in me. That's probably why I'm so crazy.
Yeah, so you're going to tell them what we set a date for.
We have set a date for our spring meetup. We done some calling.
Danny's pregnant.
Oh man, Jen. Somebody asked me here the other day. They said, Danny has ate anything in this world that you can't do. I said, well, as of right now, I've only found one thing. And if technology keeps going on, I might not even be able to say that. But I mean, right now, I can't get pregnant. That's the only thing I know that I can't do right now. But anyway. Getting back to the meetup, the spring meetup, we called around, and everything is booked everywhere. We only had one day.
Yeah.
One day we could have got 2 days.
Yeah.
But both of them's on a Sunday.
And I decided to go with March 11th.
March 11th, yes. That's going to be our meetup because we was able to get a huge building.
Half price. They gave it to me half price, and I was ecstatic with that because they first told me one price, and then the other lady called back 5 minutes later, and she goes, "Okay, I'm through with my customer now." She said, "Look, I'll give it to you half price," and she don't know me from anybody else, but I mean, it just blew my mind, and so it's got a full kitchen, an ice machine like the other building. It's just bigger than the other building. It's not as fancy because it's not like wood or anything, but we have the big fairgrounds and everything. It's going to be at the Stone County Fairgrounds, so we'll be inside in case of rain.
Yep.
We'll have the whole outside. I don't think anything's going on there at that time. So you know what we're following the day before?
What?
Coon Hunters Association.
Oh, the Coon Hunters Association is going to be there. Wow, we have all the coon dogs.
The Coon Hunting Association has it 2 days before us, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're planning on it being all garden. We're wanting to have like a seed exchange, a seed swap. We're talking about having. It will be in Wiggins, yes, Orphan Lady.
Yep, it's in Wiggins.
So we want to have tools and some type of demonstration showing a little bit. It won't be like a conference, but it will be more or less kind of like we had before, where we can sit down and enjoy each other and just a little bit of talking. We have Jen at the Nut House. If she'll get her channel going, she hasn't put a video up, but she has agreed to come. She's going to talk about moringa a little bit, and we're going to do some stuff. Danny's probably going to have to sit and hold her hand.
I will. Jen, I promise you, when you get up to speak, I'll sit right by you. I'll put my arm around you. I'll hold your hand. I'll do whatever you need to do to calm you down. And you just whisper in my ear, and I'll do the talking, or either we'll get through this thing together.
Yeah, I've been pushing her, but she has so much knowledge, and we've had so many people wanting to know about moringa. So
I'm really afraid she's smarter than I am.
Oh, I know she is.
I really believe she is. I mean,
I know she is.
She's probably, and that's a little freaky, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to handle the two of them for a week. That's going to be fun.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But anybody interested in moringa?
Oh, I know what we'll do.
What?
You can hide the camera in the house, and when me and her are sitting there talking, you can video us, and you'll have her on video, and we can put that out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could do that. Sneak video her talking about moringa and plants and seeds, and she's so knowledgeable. Probably not so much, Danny. I bet she is.
Oh, yeah. That girl's as smart as a whip, I'm going to tell you. I ain't found many people as smart as her.
So that's what we're planning, March 11th. Right now, that's basically all I know. We've asked several people about coming, and we're going to be talking to other people about coming. And it's not really going to be like you stand up and give speeches and everybody's got to go class to class to class. That's probably not going to happen. But we're just hoping to have a little bit. I mean, and it's Sunday. Danny may have to preach. I don't know.
I don't know. We may have to do anything. I'm liable to throw down, y'all. You never know. We
may have to do something, but we'll see, and we'll announce later as people tell us they're coming. We'll let you know who might or might not be coming.
Oh, hold on. Mary Hamburger says, Humburger, not hamburger. They are trying to put smart meters on all houses. Go solar. We have a smart meter on our house. They would not let us keep it. They've been on ours for what, about, oh gosh, it's been here for probably 5, 6, 7 years or more.
I don't know. Before my time.
Before you came along.
They put smart meters here in Mississippi probably
10 years ago.
10 years ago. It's been a while. We've had them for a long time.
It's been a while. We're not crazy about it, but you can actually make them not work if you know how, and I know how.
But on the good side of it, if you want to know your exact readings of everything every day, you can go there and they'll print it out, because we did. And you'd be shocked.
Oh, yeah.
They can tell you everything.
They can tell you anything about that house, anything that goes on inside that house, and on what day and how many people were there and what they all done.
Yeah. Angie's Pantry, yes, we have plenty of hotels nearby. We have plenty of camping sites.
Yep.
Things like that. I'm hoping to get a site set up.
Duke, is Andy Duke on here?
Hey, Andy, is Andy? Yeah, I see. Yeah, he's saying hey to.
Hey, Andy.
Long time.
Man, we ain't
I get to talk to him off and on.
Yeah, but I ain't seen Andy since the conference.
Well, I do, because I'm on Facebook.
That just ain't right.
Well, you got to get on Facebook.
I don't do Facebook.
He hates Facebook.
I hate Facebook with a passion.
But anyway, where was I at?
I don't know. I forgot.
You made me forget.
You were talking about something.
I know.
Y'all help remind her what she was talking about.
Anyway, it wasn't important, obviously. If you were all to start canning because food is getting, I guess, jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been canning. Well, I've been canning all my life, but
yeah, I have too. But Danny and I can.
Oh gosh, we can what, about 800 to 1,000 jars a year.
Yeah, we kept up with it sort of kind of last year, but we hadn't this year. Danny writes it down, but we never added up. Watermelon King. Okay, now watermelon. What are we doing with watermelon?
I don't know. I probably missed something up there.
Obviously.
Oh,
Tim says he's staying at our house in the cabin. Well, we better get a cabin built.
We better get a cabin built. Somebody better be sending me some money, because it's on hold right now.
Yeah, I
need about $5,000 to make this thing black in right quick.
Yeah. So, but, well, you could sleep in between the pillars right now. He could use the pillars for a pillow.
Yeah, he could.
I mean, you're on the ground. You could lay out a sleeping bag. Andy's the Watermelon King. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's Andy they're talking about.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, Andy's he did some fine stuff this year. I've been watching him on Facebook. He has a wonderful place.
Sheila said we had dibs on a bed.
Yeah, I think Jen beat you to the bed this time, so we're going to drag out pallets and stuff like that, aren't we? People are going to be laying in the floors.
Beth says the money is in the mail. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it.
Angie's Pantry says she needs a cabin too, so we're building a second cabin.
Okay.
Anymore, we could dot this place with cabins all over the place. We could. Yeah, B Lady says she worked for 30 years at a major electric utility. What do you want to know? Yeah, anything you want to know about what goes on in a house can be told just about through the power usage. Yeah.
Grizz says, Danny, if you had the time, you use a sawmill like mine.
Yes.
I could use a sawmill, but more than that, I need somebody to cut some trees.
Yeah, and Beth says she wants a cabin too, so there's a third cabin going up.
We're going to have a commune started now.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you come deep south, you have to work. We only have 10 acres, so we wouldn't get too many cabins here.
Yeah, we wouldn't get too many on it.
Yeah, Ruby Ranch says it looks like Woodstock.
Sounds like Woodstock for homesteaders. That ain't bad. You know, I was almost at Woodstock. That's crazy.
I didn't. Okay, so what else we got going on?
What was we talking about there before?
On the get-together, it's going to deal with a lot of seeds. I'm thinking about even having the kids maybe planting something. And we're going to have a little bit of a kids section. I just hadn't figured it all out. That is Mr. Quake's dream, a homestead with cabins for people to escape to. Yeah, it's kind of sort of something I've always wanted was a retreat. That was my thought, is a retreat. And when I came here to Deep South, I thought, wow, this is a beautiful place for a retreat. So Tim Beverly's wanting to
there was a question asked while ago. I don't know if I'm going to answer it, if you're going to answer it.
What?
Somebody said, y'all have so much fun. Do you ever fight?
No, I don't think we've ever fought.
We've never fought. Because
we did too much of it in previous lives.
Our previous lives, there was so much of it there. We decided when we got married, it just wasn't going to happen.
We did.
If we can't agree on something, we just look at each other and go, let's move on. Let's do something different then. You know?
Have we not agreed on everything?
But we've never found nothing we don't agree on.
Or if we do, we just keep our mouth shut and don't say anything.
I can't think of nothing about her that's not any good. Everything about her is perfect.
Yeah, Tim Beverly's trying to rent a shed at Deep South.
Oh, we have a milk room.
Yeah, we do, and we have a cellar.
We have a cellar. We have a milk room.
Okay, so now we're going to.
We have an unfinished RV.
Yes, Dirt Patch Heaven. Hey, just because it was Dirt Patch Heaven, can I get more for it? Going once, going twice.
Yeah.
You'd have to sleep on the floor. Danny has wood. It's just totally. Well, y'all saw the video. He's got another one coming up. He's beginning to put things back.
I'm working on putting things back. When I get the money, I get enough money.
They could sleep in the upper part. You hadn't taken that down. So I'm thinking we could make some money out of this deal.
We might be able to.
Let's see if we had the cabin, the bedroom, the RV, the milk room, and the cellar. Hey, we can house 5 people. Rent a shed at Deep South. Hey, I could rent the chicken feed room.
You could.
Let's see what else.
Let's see. Marshall Farm says we do the same thing, Dan.
The porch. We could rent the porch. It'd be a cover.
Ruby Homestead said.
So.
We just need some mud, and we will all sing.
Okay, so Azaline wants to know where I got the gathering apron. It is from Grandma Rose, and I think I saw her in here a while ago, but I can't remember. It's called Absolute Wonder. AbsoluteWonder.com. No, AbsoluteWonder.etsy.com. I'll get it right in a minute. But if you can spell that out, she does a wonderful job, and she'll make them. If you have a certain pattern you see on her, she'll make it for you.
Yeah. Okay, Deep South Homestead B&B. She tried to talk me into that years ago.
I wanted to.
She wanted to turn this place into a bed and breakfast, and I just at the time I told her, I says, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, free lodging for work on the cabin. Yeah, well
we gotta have material first.
Yeah, and I think we've got a woofer coming, possibly next week or the week after. We had one contact us about coming, and they said they would let us know when they're headed this way. So we're kind of anxious to see how this program is going to work out, and we're lucky. This one has his own RV. We don't have to provide this woofer with a place to stay. We just have to provide them with a place to park the RV.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
That's my new girlfriend. I forgot today was Saturday. You forgot? You sound like us, man. Homesteading is rubbing off on this girl. Wow.
And Beth wants to know, what is a woofer? It is a person that
It's a person that walks around woofing like a dog. No, not really. Somebody wolfs down all your food. No, that's wrong.
They travel around the country.
There you go.
Working on farms so they can gain experience. And the farmer provides food and lodging, and they provide the work. And you don't have to pay them. They just come.
You just give them food.
And you show them how you know, this guy's, what did I tell you? He
has his own travel trailer.
But no, he used to own a business. He owned an auto shop or something. And he sold it, and he's traveling around going farm to farm to learn all he can before he gets to his homestead. So he's just gaining knowledge is basically what they want to do.
Yeah. They try to learn all they can before they start their own homestead so that they don't have to make a lot of the mistakes that a lot of people make.
Yeah.
So happy Thanksgiving, Redgate Farm.
All right, so.
What?
Huh?
My husband has the worst gas. It was so bad one time. I couldn't sleep upstairs.
All right, Noah's Ark. That's funny.
Okay, Noah's Ark. We're just going to leave that one.
I don't know who they were talking to.
I don't know who they were talking to, but it is a nice way to see America. It is. I agree with that.
Kenny said, wow, there's a job like that. I like the sounds of that. It's really a good program for farmers because you can get help coming in. But
it's not. It's sometimes, Sarah, it is something good to think about. These people, they just go to people's places and they live with them, and you provide them with food. You can work them so many hours a day.
Yeah, like
and 6 hours a day or something like that. And they get all the education from living and working with you, and in return, you just give them the food that they need. You know, so if you want to be a wolfer and you want to come to our place and wolf, just let us know. Anytime.
I mean, no money exchanges hands.
There's no money that exchanges hands.
Yeah. So, but we're hoping to try that experience. We had Zoltan here as a wolfer last year. He wasn't in the program, but that's what he wanted to do. And it worked out really well. Danny got the cane mill together and stuff, and that was one of the major biggies.
That was one of the biggies while he was here. I needed his help as a young man.
And then when Adrian and Christopher were here, they came and they cut a lot of trees and limbs and things like that. Not trees, but limbs. Did a lot of things that we couldn't get to because of Danny's neck, and that helped. So we've had several people. Jared was here. He helped during.
He did a lot of weeding and stuff like that.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes and stuff like that. Yeah.
During that time. So we've had several people come through.
Yeah, help out.
Want to help in one way or another. Okay, so what else?
Oh, I don't know. What do we got on the list here?
I don't know. I'm lost. We pretty much covered most of it.
Let's see here. We got our videos. Now, we got our videos we put up about doing the kitchen tile and stuff like that.
B-Lady wants to be a consultant.
You want to be a consultant.
Yeah, that would be okay. I think the woofers work 6 hours a day. But they can work longer. It's just that's all they're required to do. It's up to them how much they want to do extra, if they want to learn more. Here at Deep South, when Zoltan was here and Jared, we ended up sitting around talking a good bit. We'd work and we'd talk, especially at night. And so they get the benefit of a life at Deep South, I guess.
Yeah. Delane wants to know from Marshall Farm, said, did LS ever fix your tractor?
They are.
The LS literally gave me another tractor right now because they have tore my tractor all to pieces. They have pulled it in half, gone all through the transmissions and rear ends. They had to go through the motor. I'm just so picky. That thing was making noises, and they've got the top people in from Korea and all the people who actually wrote the books on the tractors and everything looking at my tractor. Actually, my tractor ended up, I think, even having a recall on all LS tractors because of things that I found out about it. And it's still in the shop right now. I talked to them today. They had it pulled in half, had the transmission all apart, looking for a problem in it. that I had mentioned that I kept suspecting. They haven't been able to find it yet, but they know it's there because they heard the noise themselves. And so far, they've been good to me. They just gave me another new one to use, so I'm using it.
Yeah, I saw Michael Pratt is grinding venison right now. I'm kind of jealous, but we ground some this week, so I'm not.
We ground some this week.
I had some of my own, Michael.
Yeah.
So
that means he got a deer.
But he said we need to run late. We need to keep going because he needs company while he's grinding.
Oh, okay.
We may have to do a private one-on-one with Mike and Jenny just so we can keep him grinding.
Yeah, so we can laugh like we did at the conference.
I know that.
Yeah.
They're just too much.
Yeah.
Big lady's wanting to be a wolfer and make crafts for 6 hours a day, and she said she'll bring the materials for the Etsy store. Yeah, we can probably handle that. Do you freeze dry food in your? Do you have freeze dried? I have.
We have some freeze dried.
Now, our friends that live close here brought
freeze dried milk, freeze dried eggs,
yogurt.
There's
something else.
Something else, and then Barry from Empty Hammock sent us some freeze dried blueberries. And,
yeah, it was actually our blueberries that Barry from Empty Hammock took home with him, freeze dried them, and sent them back, or brought them back when he came the second time.
Hello, Brenda. I saw you drop in there. This is the first shotgun deer season in Illinois this weekend. See, I'm so sad for you people up there because y'all have to have y'all seasons. Y'all seasons are so short and so screwed up. Down here, our hunting season starts in like October and goes slam till February. I mean, you know, you can kill what you want when you want, just about any time. I mean, it's not bad.
But we hadn't been hunting. We
haven't even been hunting yet.
Danny's been watching the deer, and we've been watching the tracks. But we've got these 2 foxes.
We've got 2 foxes we just got to take out.
And it's not Danny and Leslie.
No, it's not Danny and Leslie. I forgot about them. They were the foxes on the homestead at one time.
But they're not on our homestead. They're on theirs. But we have 2 foxes.
Yeah.
The little 4-legged kind. How many pounds of sweet potatoes did y'all wind up with this year?
How many did we get this year? Was it
6 something?
600 and something pounds.
And we're still finding them. I picked up
we're plowing them up every day.
And brought them to the rabbits. And when we were doing onions and garlic yesterday, we brought some to the rabbits.
Oh, that's a video we got to put up.
Yeah, onions and garlic.
We planted onions and garlic. Y'all, we have a video on that coming up too. We have so many videos till we just can't keep up with all of them. We keep forgetting that we even have them.
Yeah, the syrup's not ready, Pia. We're making some Monday.
Probably Monday we'll start cooking.
Yeah.
Future Dreams Reality. Howdy. Oh, she's talking about somebody else. Good to see you.
They're saying hi to Sarah.
Trevor says we are loaded with foxes over here by Bethel Road and
15.
And 15.
Highway 15.
Oh, okay. That's where Trevor lives at. Okay.
Yeah, these are coming out in the daytime. They've come from...
Oh, they came right up to me one day, walked right up to me.
Oh, do you want to tell them your story?
Which story is that?
The one you told me when you came home that like scared me to death too, on top of everything.
Oh, we was down. My neighbor's clearing out around his pond, and we were standing there talking. It's almost dark. You can't hardly really see the ground very good. And me and my neighbor were standing there talking, and he was talking. Well, I kept hearing this noise around my feet, and I thought I had a vine hooked on my foot because he had stuff pushed down everywhere, and there's vines all over the place. I kept hearing the leaves making a noise right there under my feet, and I kept looking at the ground while he was talking, and all of a sudden I looked, and a big old moccasin was all under my feet, and he crawled right across my neighbor's foot. And I started to push him, but I didn't. And then I said, well, I just let him keep talking. As long as he's still, nothing will happen. And the snake crawled right over his foot and kind of stopped in a little clearing there. And I told him what happened. He goes, man, there's no way. I told myself, I'm telling you, there's a moccasin right here. And he looked down, and about that time, the moccasin went crawling on off toward the water. And he goes, oh, my God. He said, he was right under our feet. And I told him, I said, yeah, I know. I said, it's a wonder one of us didn't get bit because it was dark and you could barely make him out. I just happened to hear him in the leaves under my feet there. I don't know how I didn't get bit.
Yeah. And I see Andy said his garlic that Jen sent is sprouting. Ours has done what up?
Our garlic from Jen, the volcanic garlic, it's up like
is it that tall?
It's like 8 or 10 inches tall.
It's getting tall. I mean, it's growing fast. Danny, you identified by its marking?
The what?
How did you identify that?
That snake, I could see him enough. There was enough light when he crawled in the light part of the dirt. I could tell by the shape of his body and the shape of his head that he was a moccasin.
Yeah, Danny's pretty good with snakes and
when it comes to something like that, my instincts. I can be sitting here at the house and I can tell Wanda if there's a snake in the woods over here by the house by the way the animals in the woods are acting.
Yeah.
And I can go over 9 times out of 10. I'll go over and kill it because it's there.
Yeah, he's pretty good with that. And every time I see a snake, he asks me what it looked like. And I'm going, it's a snake. I don't know what it looked like. He said, what was the shape of its head? I said, it looked like a snake head. I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know the difference between them. He does.
Yeah, see, I've been bit before by moccasins, and you don't usually die from it. It just makes you bad sick. I guess there are people who might die from it. I'd probably die from a heart attack now, but when I was younger, I wasn't scared of nothing, and they didn't even bother me. Yeah. Ruby's rank, I can smell them too. That's the one thing. When I get close to one, usually a rattlesnake or something like that, I can smell him before I ever get to him.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty good with most animals. All right, so what else? Anything else?
Let's see. Hold on. I am trying to figure out how long it would take me to drive to you guys. I'm about 2.5 hours south of Toronto, Ontario, Toronto, Canada. Well, I work just south of Toronto, Canada, and it took me 26 hours to drive to the Canadian border from where I'm at. So you just add however much time it takes you to get from Toronto to the border, and then add 26 to 28 hours, depending on the traffic to that, and it'll tell you how long. I think you could probably fly faster.
Well, I'm sure you can fly faster.
Yeah.
Anytime you can fly, but they might like a scenic route through America. Yeah. All right. So,
okay. Where was we at? We was talking about the kitchen tile while ago and we quit.
Well, you were talking about, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sidetracked.
Yeah, we got sidetracked on. We did finish up Ms. Wanda's kitchen. We got all of our kitchen tile laid. Around our countertops in there. We've had some recommendations from some people about the hardware on the cabinet doors and stuff like that to make it look even better.
And we're putting under the counter lighting, but y'all, even with the video with the pineapple, we've got to figure out when to turn the lights on and when to turn them off. The one that the light was off looked good, and the one that was on looked
too bright.
It was too bright.
Too bright. Yeah.
And then the next time you need them all on. So it's hard to know when to turn them on, when not to, especially when we're the type to shoot and just go for it. We don't look at all that. So we're trying to figure the lighting out. We've still got, 4 more on the bottom to put on, and then all the top lighting.
Yeah, we got 4. All the wiring has been ran in the cabinets to hide the wiring from the lights. It's just that we got to have the money to purchase the rest of the lights underneath the cabinets so that we can go ahead and finish up the lighting under the cabinets, and then we'll pretty much have her kitchen squared away. And
so we're finishing projects little by little. So the kitchen will be finished here in the next 2 or 3 weeks probably. We'll get the lighting. And then the house is reasonably finished for now. He's got a project on the back.
We got a place on the back of our house. It's a water issue that's going to give us trouble in the future. So we got to do some work back there.
And that's probably going to be one of the next issues.
That's going to be one of the next issues we got to deal with.
And then we've got a rabbit building that I want to build, and that's not going to be too bad. It's just the fact of just doing it, basically. Yeah. That's one of our to-do things, so I can move the rabbits. What do you think about concrete countertops?
Concrete countertops are all right. I've seen them built. I've built houses before and had them put in them. If you've got the right kind of grinder with the water that runs on them, it works fine. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it. It's just you know, a lot of people put broken glass in them and different things like that, and then grind them down smooth, where they got all kind of different colored glass in them and stuff like that, and they it does good. They're okay.
Jen wants to know, have we used the LED grow lights yet?
Yes.
The tomatoes are looking
awesome. The tomatoes are awesome.
Now, not everything we planted is stayed alive because it got so hot, but we have several varieties of tomatoes that are up, what,
they're up about 10 to 12 inches tall.
And they're looking really good. The grow light helped with it. Good night, Food Forest Permaculture.
Yeah.
My Little Homestead. Hello.
Hello, My Little Homestead.
My Little Homestead. Now, is that the kids?
Yeah.
That's the kids. Shay. Yeah. Is that Shay and I can't think of the other one's name. Oh, I know. There's 4 of them. I love watching them. They're the ones with the or is it sandbagging? Building houses with sandbags? Is that what they're putting in it? Isn't it sand?
I think it's sand, yeah. If we got the right channel now, because
I think if it's My Little Homestead is the kid.
Let us know if it's the right one.
Yeah,
because we watch that one all the time.
I go over and watch because I watched them live the other night and they were making turkeys out of vegetables.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Nope. They said nope, wrong homestead.
Wrong homestead, okay. Can you eat moccasins? You probably can. I'm just not going to.
I'm not going to.
I might if I got hungry enough, but I'm not going to. I don't like snake, period. I
don't either. I kill them. And I get in trouble because some people didn't like my snake video.
We don't like snakes on our homestead. Now, there are good snakes and there are bad snakes. I've heard of people eating them, but I don't know if I could. I know if you go watch J0, he eats a copperhead moccasin on there. He actually skins him out and eats him. I don't eat snakes.
Yeah. And somebody's saying something about sweet potatoes, onions, garlic potatoes. Okay. I do sweet potatoes in a lot of ways, but I've not added onions and garlic to my sweet potatoes. I add it to the other potatoes. Noah's Ark says they have good snakes. These snakes were in my chicken pen.
We have good snakes here, but when they go in our chicken pen and start eating our eggs and our biddies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why mine had to go. I had a time.
We can't put up with it because they take our profit away from us here.
Yeah. And Marshall Farm says rattlesnake's good. I've heard a lot of people say it is. It's just it's one of those things you got to wrap your mind around.
Yeah, it's kind of like eating an armadillo or a possum or something like that. You got to really.
I'm with Sarah. I think I could handle cat more than I could a snake.
Well, I could eat a cat a whole lot faster than I could a rat or a snake.
Yeah, I don't know. Dehydrated marshmallows. Oh, yeah. I've been eating some of Sherry from 2 families. Dehydrated marshmallows she sent that look like candy corn. And Jen's got me wanting to dehydrate marshmallows now, so I'm probably going to have to do that.
You probably end up doing it. You might as well go ahead and admit it.
I'm going to do it for the kids for Christmas, I think. I'll do all the grandkids a bag of marshmallows apiece. That'd be pretty fun. Okay.
Rebecca says, how do you kill your snakes? With a shovel or a hoe, a stick, whatever we can get in our hands.
Well, Danny would be so proud of me because he didn't know I killed this snake the other day. He was taking a shower, and I went into my feed room, and when I looked up, there was a snake on the wall going up the wall of the feed room. And so I backed out, got my shovel, and I went to hit him, and he went up the rafters, and when he did, he was laying on the what do you call that? The wall before you go outside, and he was in between. And I had to keep poking him until I got him to fall, and then I killed him outside the building. And then, like any good YouTube person, I went and got my camera and took pictures and stuff because Danny was taking a bath, and when I told him I killed a snake, he said, what does it look like? And I showed him the pictures, but I didn't put it up on YouTube because, I mean, it probably made a good viral video.
Would have.
But I deleted all of it because I'm not too crazy about the drama like that, and people are really ugly when you kill snakes.
Marshall Farm says, what can you use garlic and onion tops that's been dehydrated for? You can put them in soups, casseroles.
Mm-hmm.
Once you rehydrate them, you can use them in anything that you used them in fresh.
You don't even have to rehydrate them if you're adding them to anything with a lot of liquid. You're talking about the green tops, I'm assuming. Yeah. You can just put those in anything that's got liquid, and they'll rehydrate as they cook. But you could put them in eggs and stuff. I would rehydrate some, and if you like scrambled eggs and onions and stuff, anything like that. Okay, so we are almost out of. They're gonna have to start.
Are we almost out of time?
No, we got 8 minutes.
Oh wow!
Oh, I see Bob's Homestead popped in.
Yeah.
Noah's Ark. My mom thought coons were cute until she caught one eating a chicken. Yeah.
That's it.
I used to collect raccoons. I had a raccoon collection years ago, and they are cute little creatures, but they nearly demolished our corn the last 2 years, so they're not as cute as they used to be.
No. Foxes, foxes are beautiful animals to look at, but the foxes has destroyed our corn. They eat up everything. I mean, when I pour corn out for the deer, I look over on my videos, and there's foxes just sitting in the middle of the corn, sitting there eating it.
Yeah, we've got the fox on video a lot. Marcia Farm says we can stay on
another hour. Okay.
Jen, I didn't see what you put. I saw Wanda something, and then you're going to have to retype. I guess she misspelled something. Raccoons are great pets. I've seen videos.
I had one of a pet for a long time.
I've seen videos when I was a kid. That's why I liked the raccoons, because they were so cute in the videos. It was Disney stuff. And then, man, Jen says, stick with the candy corn. Look, y'all, Jen sent me 3 new kinds of candy corn. I'm up to 15 or 16 different types of candy corn now. And collecting. What does the fox taste like? I have no idea.
I have no idea what a fox tastes like.
Danny, when was the last time you didn't have a beard?
Oh.
1975 or so.
Hold on. Probably around 1975 or 76. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's considering shaving. So
we're shooting. I'm going to be working on a documentary for the Cherokee Garden.
He's thinking of shaving.
And they had asked me to make it look more like an Indian heritage thing, to shave my beard off to do this documentary, and I don't know if I'll do it or not. I might.
Stay tuned. It'll be between him and Mike Pratt. Let's see who can.
Yeah.
Mike's not giving that beard up.
I've never been without a beard. I think I was born with it. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I've got pictures of you in high school. Probably
I had a mustache.
9th or 10th grade.
Probably about the 9th or 10th grade, I did not have a beard, but I think I've had one ever since then. Noah's Ark said, "Be true to thyself."
Woodbine says that beard's older than me. Yeah, I imagine it is.
Oh man. Mike says no shave.
Well, the deal is, Mike, if Danny shaves, you got to shave.
Oh, yeah. If I shave mine off, you got to shave yours off. Yeah.
I like this. But now he wanted to let it grow out like Mike's a little bit, and I told him, no. I draw the line. This is nice.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the long beard. I've been married to that before. I'm not doing that again. I like clean shaven like this. It looks better. So now, what did Mike say when I told him he said, "Oh no."
At least Christmas.
Mike says, "Oh no."
Oh, I like that. Oh no. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If Danny shaves, Mike has to shave. So I don't think there's going to be any shaving going on, y'all. Grizz says he's had a beard
since he's in 3rd grade when I was 19. He did. I noticed one thing on one of his comments. Somebody mentioned something about how long he went to school and all this kind of stuff, and he said, you know, he spent 3 years in the 9th grade or something like that. You know, so that was pretty funny.
Yeah, Kathy says you won't know who you are in the mirror.
No, that's true, because actually you can ask Wanda. A lot of times I would change my looks from every few years, and depending on what I was doing as to what I wanted to look like.
But he's always had the beard.
I've always had the beard.
The beard may be a little longer, a little fuller.
It may be grayer, because at one point I had it jet black, and my hair was jet black. Yeah. I was real dark complected.
Then he lost a good bit of weight.
Then I lost a lot of weight.
He's been back and forth.
Yeah.
But
depends on whatever mission I'm on.
Mark said it's too cold to shave there. Yeah, if it gets cold, Danny likes having this.
I like having my beard. I like having my hair. Okay, there we come back. We're back. Yeah.
Okay, it started raining. That's part of it. Okay. B-Lady says she's going to have to bring her hotspot back. Well, I can hear it just started raining, so this is going to be something that might happen, you know, with the rain. I get that. So we need to have prayer right quick.
We need to have prayer right quick before we get knocked completely off of here. So we're going to go to prayer, y'all, before we get lost here. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to thank you for being so good to us, Lord. You give us a good night here, and you've been blessed. We've been blessed because of you. And Father, there's been so many prayer requests that went up. We just want to ask that you answer all these requests, Lord, in a way that will glorify you. And Father, I pray that you'll be with each and every one that showed up in the channel tonight. Lord, that whatever request they have, that you'll just try to meet that need for them and give them some peace and joy and happiness so that they can be content and Father, just find the courage to face the things that they have to face now. We just pray that you watch after us, Lord, and that you'll bless us physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, Lord, so that we can move forward in this life here on the earth that we have. And Father, I just thank you that you've given us all food to eat, clothes on our back, shoes on our feet, and a roof over our head. Follow the things in life that's necessary, and we do pray that you'll continue to grant those things for us. And Father, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate the ones that shows up in the channel, and Lord, the ones that moderate for us, and the ones that just help make everything possible in our lives now. We really appreciate them, and we really appreciate everybody that's here on our chat tonight, Lord. We love each and every one of them and want to thank you for them. We want them to know how much we appreciate them. And Father, we just pray that tonight everybody will have a good night's rest. We'll be able to rise tomorrow and do the things that you have laid out for us to do now. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen. I know one thing we forgot to mention.
What was that?
The dough bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
We are out of wood as far as dough bowls. So he has 2 on Etsy. I've contacted people and not had any response from several people. So if I had your name on a list, it's hard for us. He makes a dough bowl. We contact people. We wait 2 or 3 days to hear back, and then they're not interested. We have to contact somebody else and wait 2 or 3 more days. So the bowls were sitting here sometimes.
Yeah.
One of them sat here over like 3 months.
3 months one time waiting
because somebody said they wanted it and they kept putting us off, and so that was not a good thing. And so we've decided not to make too many dough bowls right now because he's out of wood. Yeah. But there are those 2 on Etsy, and what?
We'll probably make a few more cutting boards, but we won't be making any spoons.
For a while.
My bandsaw broke, and I don't have a way to actually do a lot of cutting right now until I can maybe get my bandsaw fixed back. So the spoons is going to be kind of slim. I might be able to make one, just take a lot longer to make it. And
yeah.
So
the cutting boards, I think there's a tortilla press.
We have a tortilla press that we've made. We've got a few cutting boards we've got made.
And so once those things sell, then, you know, we'll start putting other things there. And y'all check out my cookbook. If you don't already have one, it's up there. And his sweet potato manual, because it's going to be time to grow sweet potatoes before long, you know?
Yeah.
So we've got all kinds of stuff. And it's deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you guys later. I guess I got to cut it off.
Yep, you got to turn it off. You're sitting here waiting for them to go away. They're not going to go away. You got to actually do it yourself.
I got to make y'all go away. That's
Click
wrong.
it.
I did. Oh, it's down here.
Oh, it's hid down at the bottom. There we go.
Y'all, I will figure this out one day.
There you go.
Good night.
Good night.